Hey guys, this is Steli FD with Closer. Today I want to reveal a sales recruiting and training hack with you that will empower you to take any brand new sales rep and make them a product expert, basically allowing them and empowering them to answer any product related question within minutes of training, versus having to train them for weeks and weeks and months until they actually are comfortable and confident enough to answer really highly technical product related questions and be released to your customer base. So, we had this issue when we were running Elastic Sales. Elastic Sales was an outsourced, sales force for startup companies in Silicon Valley. And we did sales for over 200 venture-backed startups in Silicon Valley. Now, every single customer that we ever closed asked us this question and had this objection. Well, great, Steli, all this sounds amazing, but how the fuck are you guys going to train your salespeople on our product? Like, our product is crazy complicated and technical. It would take us probably weeks and weeks and weeks to really train you. How are you going to train and onboard salespeople? And how are we going to ever scale this? This seems like an insurmountable challenge, and I don't see how you are going to be able to do this. Every single one of them, obviously, they became customers, was able at the end of the call to see how we would go about doing this, because I revealed to them our hack to accomplish this issue. Now, and to overcome this issue and accomplish the task, basically. So here's the deal. Like, philosophically, you have to realize one thing. No salesperson, no person at all will ever become a product expert in a vacuum. They can only become experts in the real world. Now, there's a simple way of going about this to speed up the process of onboarding salespeople, specifically when it comes to product knowledge. Here's what we would do, and here's what you can do with your salespeople as well. Number one, we actually, focused on the 20% knowledge that was required 80% of the time. And we took that 20% knowledge and we documented it. So we would actually talk to you as a customer and say, what are the top 10, top 15, top 20 product related questions? Things everybody wants to know, things that are repeated again and again, things that everybody has on their mind when they're evaluating your product or solution. We would write down those questions and actually write down the perfect answers. And then we would share them with our clients and customers and have them validate and verify that these are good answers. All right, so we had that document. First thing we did when a new sales rep would come on board is we would actually show them that document and train them on it so they were actually able to confidently answer 80% of the questions, like the top 10, top 15, top 20 questions that people would ask. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, that's not enough. What if somebody has a follow-up question to something? What if something's really technical? How could somebody really then, these aren't just robots. You can't recite knowledge. The people are lacking the context. This is not enough. And you're right, this isn't. There's a massive delta X of missing knowledge when a new sales rep starts. Here's what we taught our sales reps to do that allowed them to get started right away and make sales calls for any product immediately. We told them, if somebody asks you a question that you don't know the answer to, here's the magical, brilliant thing you are supposed to do. Tell them. Say, that's a great question. I don't have the answer for this, but I'll promise you I will get you the answer. I'll go to a person in the company that's the best person to answer this, and I'll make sure to come back to you with an honest and truthful and accurate answer today. Is that okay with you? Basically what you're saying is, listen, dude, that's a great question. I don't know, but I'll find out for you. You know what that does? Number one, it creates trust. Number two, it's authentic, it's truthful. And how refreshing is that when you're talking to a salesperson? And you know what? Never in the history of our company, we called tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. Never did anyone get upset about that. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, but what if it's a really stupid question like, I don't know, how long have you guys been in business? And that was not part of the fucking 20 top objection Q&A list that we taught our salespeople. What do you do then when it's like a super simple question and saying I don't know is kind of like ridiculous? Here's what you would do. You would actually add just one more sentence. Our sales rep would say, you know what? That's a really good question. I need to ask that question myself, Because honestly, this is my first week. I just got started here, and I don't even know. I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but let me do this. I'll find out, and I'll let you know. Nobody is mad at people that are new at a business, right? Who could be mad at that? Everybody appreciates the honesty. Everybody would rather have you tell them an accurate, truthful, honest answer later than a wrong one, bullshitted one, salesy one now. And this is something you have to realize when you set the expectation to your salespeople that they have to be perfect. They have to know all the answers to all the questions. What that's going to do is going to create pressure for them to bullshit when they don't know the answer. They'll just come up with shit and say things like, oh, we've been around for 3 years. Why did you say that? Well, I didn't want them to know that I don't know and embarrass us. Fuck that. Why aren't you just honest? Nobody's going to be embarrassed by that. It's going to give you an opportunity to actually stand out, right, from the crowd. Just be honest. So here's the brilliant hack. Oh, that's a great question. I don't know the answer. I will find out for you and get back to you. Is that okay with you? That's all you need. If your sales reps know that, you can have them make calls from day one, immediately. Any product-related question they don't know, they'll say, hey, this is another brilliant question. I'll get back to you. I'll talk to our top product guy and make sure you get the best answers, most accurate answers. I'll get back to you within the next 10 minutes. But here's the kicker. Here's how you can actually improve on this. Instead of just having people say, oh, that's a great question, let me get back to you on this. I'll ask somebody internally and get you the accurate answer. Have them actually amp up the level and ask a follow-up question. Hey, I don't know the answer to this question. It's a great question. Let me find somebody in the company that knows the answer to this, and I'll get back to you on this. In the meanwhile, let me ask you, what will be your ideal answer? Like, in an ideal, perfect world, what would you want the answer to be, right? Flip this around and actually turn it into a sales call and turn it into an opportunity to learn and to qualify them even more. Like, okay, what would you want the answer to be? And then have them tell you what they want. And then ask them why. Why is this important to you guys? How are you going to use this? What is the workflow within this is relevant and important? Train your sales reps to ask questions so that when they come to you and say, you know what, somebody asked me, how do you do this configuration on the API level when you do this and this and this? And the engineer goes, well, what's the context? What's the use case for this question? And the salespeople go, oh, well, I don't know. I just wrote down the question. I didn't ask anything about it. Right? So it's bad from that perspective. A lot of times, you'll see these interactions and salespeople will go to product people or senior salespeople and go, well, this customer had this big question. And then when they ask back a few more detailed kind of information points of like, oh, why is this relevant? What's the use case? Do they do this or that? They don't know. So train your salespeople to say, I don't know, I'll get back to you with the answer. And then train them to actually ask, hey, what do you want the answer to be? And why do you want that to be that way? And what's the use case? What's the workflow? What's the context of this? Get them to teach them to ask really good questions and always go to the deeper level of understanding versus staying on the surface level, and actually ask these questions to truly understand the use case, the needs, the challenges, the workflow of the customer, so that it's not just about giving them product information, but it's really about qualifying them, understanding them, so when you get back with the answers, you don't just have answers, but you know how to sell them and how to close them. So that's it. And what's going to happen is magical. The first week, the sales rep will have a lot of questions, but these questions won't be theoretical. It's not like reading and learning things out of a book. These questions will be coming from context, that will coming from real people with real use cases that they interacted with, that they are invested in. So when they come back to you and they ask you about this and you interact and give them that information will live on forever. They'll remember it like this, right? They'll get back to their customers all excited to tell them and to close them. And the other thing that it's going to do is it's going to allow, the way this is going to work is that the first week they're going to have tons of these questions. And the second week, a few less. And the third week, even less. And within a month or two, it's going to be rare, like every second, every third day, maybe once a week, they'll have something that's a question that's so exotic that they have never heard it and don't know anything about it. So what happens is the delta X of missing knowledge is kind of decreasing pretty rapidly if you throw your sales reps out into the real world and you teach them with basic sales skills like being honest and telling people, I don't know, I'll get back to you with the real answer. But in the meanwhile, let me ask you, what do you want the answer to be? And why is that important to you? And what's the use case? Tell me a little bit more about you guys. And by the end of the conversation, I'll make sure to come back with any missing information and make sure to service you guys. And if it's a good fit, we'll get in business.